Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Hey guys, what's going on? We are back here on a lovely Tuesday night, kicking it stateside, boys. Brian, what's going on, my friend?
Oh, you know, brother. Living the dream. Living the dream.
I hear you.
Another great weekend of games.
Yeah, we saw, obviously the Man City going back to how they used to drub people all the time.
Yeah.
Putting up a big 6 spot on the hopeless Aston Villa, it seems like. They are slowly sliding down the table.
Somewhat expected.
Yeah, and the fact that we see, Chelsea finally getting a nice win over a Burnley team that seems to be also on the way down. And, I mean, it wasn't it wasn't a very, super duper impressive from Chelsea, but it got the job done.
It did.
But
they needed that.
Yeah.
We called for that, for Tammy to bounce back. And
yeah, he got finally on the board, and, the PK starts the thing, and obviously we'll dive a little more into that once we get there. But also, Liverpool keeps on winning their big matchup against Spurs. Again, they're not beating teams, too handily. I think Spurs even should have honestly deserved a point out of that. They had a few chances late to equalize and did not capitalize, but again, like we've been saying with Liverpool, good teams always find a way.
Yeah, and they just keep finding a way, and I think it's pretty much locked and loaded now for them.
Yeah, it's what do they have? 14 now, 14-point lead. Still a game in hand. Obviously, they're going to make that game up. We just saw on next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So, also, our poll questions, we had VAR being obviously huge this weekend. I know it's been basically for the whole season, but this weekend especially seemed to be the talking point, I guess, and there was a lot of goals that were disallowed afterwards, after looking. I guess that was our poll question. The main thing we want to know, VAR is going to get better over time. Agree or disagree?
I think the one thing for me is it's almost you're going to get to the point where you're going to have to remove the flags from the side line judges, because then no one will – it'll just go back. Anytime there's a goal scored, they're going to go back and see if, it progressed within offsides, because those flags now – some people, he puts them up, they're directed not to, but they're human, so, they're so used to. I don't know.
Yeah, the human error is kind of being taken out of the game, and it's such an old – sport that I'm sure the old purists are going crazy. I mean, we've seen a couple, I forget what game it was, maybe even the Burnley section, the away supporters were chanting something about VAR sucks, I guess, to put it in whatever. But yeah, I guess we'll kind of look into that too. I'd love to know what other people out there think about VAR. Do you think it's hurting the game? Can they make enough adjustments to where it's going to be considered just, successful? Because at this point it's not.
No, it is not near at all a success.
Because pretty soon you're going to start seeing literally every goal is going to be looked at, and then the game's just going to get slowed down, and people are going to just get annoyed. And we want the game to grow, and people already complain that it's too slow. With them, if it gets to that point where they literally have to look at every goal, it's just going to make things worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's not going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
There's too much money and too many things at stake now. It's They just need to tweak it a little bit. There's a few things that need to get corrected, without a doubt.
For sure. And also we had the YouTube poll question up, with Bournemouth, probably, I guess, are they the worst team right now?
They're
not by standing,
well,
but just
we're gonna find out this week because I think
field.
Bournemouth and Norwich play each other.
I think you're right.
So we are going to be able to tell real soon. But this is bad. This is real bad. And that team's in big trouble.
They were already, they already had a 6-point game this weekend. A big relegation battle against Watford. You get Watford at home, thinking, all right, maybe scrape together something, and they don't show up at all.
Yeah,
they just get totally outrun.
They got absolutely smoked.
And now it's like going back to the poll question. Will Eddie Howe? Eddie Howe will get fired before the end of the season. Agree or disagree? A lot of people are saying no, because it's like, where do you turn from him? Because he's been so good. He got the club up. They were in like the 4th tier of English football and got him to the Prem. Him.
Yeah.
As the manager. And it's like, if you fire him, then, where do you go from there?
Yeah, it's a different call than some of these other coaches this year, definitely. It's not like some of these guys that have been in for a year or two that aren't doing what you brought him in to do. He has some history there.
Yeah, because usually you can get like a manager bump maybe from firing him, but I don't even know. He's been able to do so much for the club.
These players got to feel like absolute crap, man, because they're just not getting the job done.
Just nothing.
There's only so much he can do.
It's on them.
They don't show up week after week after week. Just no goals, no enthusiasm. It's bad.
Yeah.
And they do play Norwich at Norwich.
And another big game because...
Yeah, you lose that game. It's almost like I don't know. I hate to say it. I hate to see it happen, but you might have to make a change.
Yeah. I think anything less than a result, or at least keep it close.
Yeah.
Don't get blown out like you did against Watford and played off the pitch.
Yeah, they're on a monumental skid right now. They're just playing really poor.
I think they lost one. I think they only have won one of their last 11. I think it's up to now. But they're just not getting scoring.
Yeah, they're not even getting results in there. They're not getting draws or anything. They're just losing.
Yeah. But, on the other hand, it's like Watford is super hot.
Watford? Yeah. Nigel making a late push for Coach of the Year.
Yeah, the guy that has been brought in to be the whisperer to get teams out of relegation. He's done it before.
He seems to be doing it again.
And they won 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, and they're scoring.
Right.
They're doing it with multiple goals. They're fixing that goal differential a little bit.
It looks like a totally different team.
Totally different. Yeah, and he hasn't done anything too crazy other than. Deeney's been more consistent in the lineup.
I think that's the only thing that's been different. Yeah. Under him, it's like Troy Deeney seems like he's found that second wind.
Yeah, well, he has such a leadership story, and I'm sure there was a push for that, from Nigel to be like, dude, after everything you've been through, talk to these guys and let's get us going. And it's absolutely worked. And they're on the cusp of getting out of relegation zone, believe it or not. If you would have told me a month or so ago before he's come in that was even going to be a possibility this year, I would have told you were crazy. They were going for possible records for worst team in history of the Premier League.
Yeah, didn't they set that record earlier in the season that no team from the top 4 leagues in the world have started worse than them ever in the history of...
Yeah, and actually now they're safe. They're sitting in 17th. So they are. If the season would have ended this week, they would have made it out of relegation.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But still a lot of time left to play this season.
There's a lot of time left to play, but some of these guys got to beat each other up, like Bournemouth and Norwich this week.
Well, that's the funny part because Bournemouth, they have chances. They had a chance last week to make a little bit of a statement saying, all right, we're not that bad. We can beat a Watford team. And then they have another one now with playing last place Norwich.
Yeah, they got to get points. They got to get out of there because if Norwich wins, then that'll put them at 17. Bournemouth will still be at 20, and they'll just sit in the basement.
It's tough.
Yeah, that's real bad.
But, yeah, so, we'll kind of run down all all the games more in depth.
Yeah.
And also look ahead to this weekend coming up. I know there was Man United plays Spurs, I think I want to say, coming
There's
up.
a couple big games coming up this week. Let's see. You got
Liverpool, Man United.
yes,
That's one of them.
Arsenal, Sheffield again. Little chance for redemption.
Little redemption action, yep.
Little redemption game. Everybody's getting a second run here.
Yep.
So, yeah, Liverpool United. That's big. And then we'll have Tuesday, Wednesday games as well. So,
Right on.
yeah, man.
But yeah, we can we can start with the Sheffield from the top.
We can.
The Blades get another win, 1-0 against West Ham. You saw Ollie McBurney getting back on the score sheet. It's been a little bit since we've seen him score.
I shot you a text when he made that one there.
But Sheffield up to 6th place.
It's amazing. And like a legit 6. Like they've earned it. Like this isn't 5 weeks into the season now, and a team like Sheffield sitting. We're 22 weeks in, and it's like they're a real deal team.
Yeah, I mean, and West Ham gave them a pretty good fight actually for being, West Ham's kind of on that like the lower half of the league.
Yeah.
So, and David Moyes, of course, went back after the game, was like, we deserved a point because they had 2 VARs called back.
They did.
Talking about the VAR obviously being huge, you see it's like 2 in a game, that's tough.
That is.
1, it's like, okay, well, we can live with that. Maybe my pinky was offsides or whatever they've been calling.
But we're far
days.
enough into this season now that we got to know that it's there. It's not going anywhere, at least not till this year's over and they can reanalyze it. So
yeah,
these guys can't complain. They got to make sure they're doing what they're doing and stay on sides.
Stay on sides, bro.
I don't know.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
You got to stay on side.
Absolutely.
But what else? Yeah, I mean, a Sheffield team, they're in 6th. So now we're just talking about, like, is there anything else? Are they going to make any moves possibly, or you think they're good? You think they're set with just the way they are? The roster is complete.
I don't know. Like we said, you don't want to over-tweak it.
Right.
You don't want to make a move that's not going to be a good fit for what you've already done.
Yeah.
It's got to be somebody that fits into that mix perfectly. You don't want to sell anybody off either because you don't want to mess with the chemistry that you have.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. If you see anything, I think it's going to be something minor. I don't think you're going to see like a big name or anything like that at this point. But they've pretty much secured the fact that they're 100% staying up. Now it's just like you were saying, how far can they take it? Can they make it a Europa instant qualifier position? Can they?
Yeah, I said this last show when we were talking about like the first half recap of the season. I'm like, if they can get a Europa League spot, I don't know how. Like, and granted, Liverpool, the whole Klopp being up for obvious manager of the year, but I mean, Chris Wilder deserves a hell of a lot of credit.
Oh yeah, he definitely does at this point.
And I saw on Twitter, I guess he got an extension after
he's
the
not
match.
He's not going anywhere.
So
he's not going anywhere.
So it's just amazing. I mean, I feel like
we got a new Twitter fan because of Sheffield too.
Yeah,
it's one of the tweets that I had put out, I guess, and so that was cool. And then he started talking to Crystal Palace DC Twitter group on there. Being a matchmaker. Yeah, about how tough it is to have the life of a Sheffield fan. But I told him right now they're sitting pretty. So
yeah,
they should be.
He was like, yeah, it's surprising
himself.
We don't have our eyes on relegation right now.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, you have your eyes on way more than that.
Like a European spot.
Yeah, like a
would
guaranteed
be great.
European spot.
But at the same time, they'd be like, oh shit, like.
Yeah. There's a lot of ball still to be played, though.
Oh, yeah.
We still got a lot of weeks to go, but it's looking great.
I'm getting ahead of myself because the Blades have done nothing but exceeded expectation. So
yeah, I'd like to go back and look how many times they've won 1-0 this year. I would say it's got to be at least 6 or 7 1-0 wins.
Well, I didn't even know Dean Henderson was on loan from United.
Yeah,
Manchester United.
Yeah, we were
our new friend.
Our new friend. That we upset on our Thursday show, but we hope that he's not so upset anymore and that he's back enjoying our show. But
it's like 8:00 here.
One of our Twitch followers kind of got upset at us because we were bad-mouthing Man U a little bit, and David De Gea, and I guess it was.
We just said he has
Well, yeah,
some
wasn't we
bonehead
weren't even
moves.
we weren't even like being that mean or anything, but
He was like, "You're offending me."
yeah.
I was like, "Dude,
Sorry.
I
It's
mean,
2020. Everybody's offended. We offended his fandom.
yes,
I don't want to lose him. I think he's been a good fan.
yeah."
He's been a good fan.
He's like, "I'm just kidding. You could say it."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, it's true though."
But speaking of good fans, the best fans so far definitely have been Crystal Palace DC.
Yeah,
And
they've been great.
Crystal Palace ties Arsenal.
Of course.
Typical Arsenal. Nice early goal by Aubameyang, and you're like, all right, after last game,
Very well worked.
this is what we're gonna bounce back and be the real deal. It's the only game I didn't like.
Not so much.
I didn't pick so good this week. You picked it great.
Yeah.
You got your 4 points. I got my 4 points.
I thought you did pretty well.
I mean, I had 9 points this week. I had a great week.
That was a good week.
Yeah, I got the Sheffield game right. You got this game right.
Mm.
I gave Arsenal 3 goals, and
That was
Aubameyang gets a red card.
That was a little crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, once I saw that first goal in the first 14 minutes, I was golden and nothing after that. So
Poor Aubameyang.
yeah,
I mean, he's not the best tackler in the world, but I thought it was a red card.
it was a striker tackle. Those typical striker tackles where it's clear and blatant that you're just angry because you're not getting chances at the goal.
It was like studs up, like on the
Yeah.
ankle. It's like, dude,
Yeah, it was deserving.
anywhere else, I mean,
It was deserving.
the slightest little bit could have broke that guy's ankle. And he had to come out, too, from the tackle.
So your lead's down to what, 7 now?
I think it's 8 because I still got 1 point, maybe. I want to check. I want to say 8.
We both got 1 for Liverpool.
Yeah, 8.
And I got
73-65.
9 this week.
Because you hit Sheffield West Ham, and I still got a point because I said 2-1.
Right, that's right.
And then I hit the Arsenal one,
I forgot about your point for getting that.
1-1.
Yeah, I wasn't.
And then we each had a point for Liverpool, and then you hit the 4 with the Wolves.
Yeah,
So 8.
8. Whatever. It's
Which
back
is
in the
still,
single
hey.
digits. Back in the single digits.
You had a great week. I was like, oh.
Yeah, we were on point. If anybody followed us on their picks, ATS
I hope
Sport
you won.
picks.
Yeah, you won some money with
Yeah,
that.
man.
I haven't been very good. I haven't been listening to my own picks.
No, you haven't
No.
been following your gut.
I've been terrible.
I wish I would have bet the NFL this weekend because I would have killed it and the game last night because I had LSU all the way. But
True.
I would have had a nice weekend in the NFL. I got to start betting again.
Get on that shit, dog. What else? I guess we could talk a little Chelsea match, a little 3-0 win for the boys in blue.
Another solid, back to their winning ways again.
Yeah, they lost their last 2 at home against Southampton and Bournemouth, respectively. Nothing against the 2, but it's teams you should beat at home. Let's be real. But yeah, that
Definitely Bournemouth.
yeah, well, yeah, at this point. But yeah, that PK kind of set it off. I saw a lot of mixed reviews on Twitter and social media saying that it wasn't, that he kind of, I guess he was pulling out of the challenge, they were saying, but I think that last touch that Willian had was the touch.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't probably touch that but past him and he just slides it, and it would have been ball and ball. Football, then it's okay, no penalty. But the fact that he got that extra touch.
Yeah, that last little bit of
and he put the ref in a bad spot, and it's
yeah, it was good enough.
It could have gone either way.
It could have gone
sure.
either way. It's probably better that it was called the way VAR's been on those calls lately.
Yeah.
So I think, it was up to his discretion, and it was definitely close to enough to being worthy of a call to where I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it was, those happen all the time.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like an absolute flop or anything like that.
No, somebody said that. Somebody texted in my group chat, and he was like, that was harsh. I'm like, I don't know if it was really harsh.
Yeah.
I mean, he just put the ref in a bad spot. You go to ground right there, you better.
Yeah, you better be perfect.
Perfect,
flawless,
exactly.
Yeah.
And just that extra touch got him, and it was well.
That's it.
That was it. That started off, and then you see, Tammy with a nice goal. A little bit of a mix-up from Nick Pope, the goalie, but you know what? Tammy needed to see another one go in because, he's still in the Golden Boot race. I mean, obviously Aguero's hat trick kind of
Bounce, yeah.
makes Vardy
We
maybe
said
sweating a little
yes,
bit.
one of those guys is due for a Hattie, and sure enough.
Yep, and he did it, of course.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, Burnley, I mean, I don't know. What can you say about them? Nothing really crazy. It's one of those where they'll show up, and then the next game they'll get beat 4-0.
Yeah, they're a bit of a roller coaster type team. They're up and down a lot.
It's like they get a lot of production from Chris Wood, and if he's not putting the ball in the net, they're in real trouble.
Yeah, which if you're relying all your
on my Kiwi
on Chris Wood, yeah, it could be a long season, definitely. But I mean, they're gonna do enough. They'll do enough to stay relevant, I guess.
There's too many bad teams in the bottom to be.
They got a few players I like. I hope they hang around.
I think they will.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too worried about it if I was a Burnley fan right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, Chelsea. Hey, you need the win. You need a big bounce back. I mean, it's a bummer that Pulisic gets hurt in training, and he might, I guess, miss some time now, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But because he's really been, I feel like he got hurt, missed some time. Then he was ready to get back to fitness and ready to get in the 18 again this week. And of course, I guess Frank Lampard said it was not significant, but it looked like a little nasty of a.
And he had been playing really good. Yeah, so that's kind of the shame behind it. Like they could definitely use some extra help.
I think that you kind of I expected him to have an up and down season. I didn't expect him to come in and be like a goddamn stud.
Yeah.
Like the first time in the Prem for a big club. He starts slow and then he gets that hat trick and everyone's like, oh, he's going to fucking – especially me. I'm like, 10 goals in the league. That's easy. And I don't think he's scored since. So.
Dude, 10 is so hard. It doesn't sound like it should be hard, 10 goals, but 10
I know,
in 38 games.
He gets that hat trick.
That's
and
a goal every
it teases me, and I'm
like,
fuck.
Yeah, I know.
But
I think that shores up the fact that they're probably going to try and add some more help on offense.
Yeah, I haven't seen
in
much.
January. It's been really quiet right now.
I think a lot of teams are waiting for maybe this next weekend to shake out.
Yeah,
and see what happens.
Big push will be coming soon. We'll be having in the next couple weeks. We'll be reporting a lot of movement. I think.
Yeah.
In this window,
there's been some talks of a couple Portuguese players coming over, but
yeah, a lot in the MLS, but nothing of crazy significance. But we'll be seeing some stuff in the Prem coming up here.
For sure.
Everybody says January. I'm like, well, we are in January.
We are.
It's time to to get things ramped up.
But yeah, I think teams are just kind of waiting to see what happens. Maybe if somebody gets hurt or whatever the case.
We'll get through this little stretch here with that time off, and then that's when we'll start seeing everything.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, Everton. Another win under Ancelotti, 1-0. You saw Richarlison getting on the board.
Yeah, they're finding a way under him. It's not pretty in any sense of the word, but
no, I didn't really have much to say about this. I mean, Brighton. They're always hanging around. They don't really.
They're always hanging around.
They hang around. They don't get obviously destroyed every week, but
yeah, there's not a whole lot to say there. They're an team.
Yeah, it's just I mean.
They've done more than we expected.
Yeah.
I expected to see them sitting in that bottom three, no problem this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for Graham Potter. I think he's kind of the guy that kind of did turn the club around a little bit. I mean,
they're playing way better than I anticipated this year.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
They're not sitting in that bottom three, which, I mean. We were kind of on that boat in
I was hard on that
our preview
boat.
show in
I was hard
August.
On that boat.
That
I
we
thought
said.
they were without a doubt going to be one of the bottom three.
I mean, you look at their roster and you're like,
yeah, where are they?
Where are you getting your support from? Glenn Murray?
Guys have stepped up. Malpass stepped up, and
he was
Trossard
huge.
has been way better than he had been. So
yeah. I mean, it's been the same. The Pascal Grosses and what the hell. Davy Propa.
Yeah.
But I saw Chelsea and Lewis Dunk. That's actually like a real thing.
It really is. I told you it's gonna happen.
I thought it was just bullshit when I heard it the first time.
It's gonna happen.
And I said it to my brother. I'm like, you know what, Lewis Dunk, and everyone laughed. But
I'm seeing Arsenal.
It might happen.
Arsenal and John Stones.
Oh God.
Apparently Stones feels he needs first team football to try and make it for the next World Cup for England.
That doesn't seem like he's going to be in that.
And he has the ties with Arteta. So, you know what? He's better than what we've been running out there. So
I don't know.
He's younger.
I don't know if that's the fix.
It's definitely not the fix, but it's an improvement.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's tough.
When you're relying on John fucking Stones. That's great.
He's like the most unreliable man.
He really is. Well, I don't know. He's been buried behind some pretty legendary and solid defenders and Otamendi and company.
But even this year, he's got his chance, and he just hasn't.
I know. He's been knocked a little, too, though. I don't know. I shouldn't start defending him yet. He's not on the team yet, but...
Let's rip into him.
Speaking of just surprises, just ultimate surprises of the weekend, your man,
Ralph Hasenhüttl,
is slowly
give that man
his
an
name
extension.
into Coach of the Year, dogs.
Give that man an extension.
Because this team was dead, toast, and now all of a sudden,
let's just say he needs to pay for dinner for Danny Ings at the end of the season.
How about Danny Ings?
I text you. I'm like, dude, what is with this guy? He just keeps scoring.
Week after week after week. This is 5 weeks in a row
and
now.
they're winning, too.
He has a goal.
On top of it.
And, yeah, they're one of the hottest teams in the Prem right now. They're just absolutely on fire.
It's like, who'd have thunk that, a month and a half ago, we would say that Southampton and Watford are the hottest teams, besides, obviously, Liverpool.
Yeah, going back to December the 21st, they beat Villa. They beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
Right.
They tied Palace.
Right.
They beat Tottenham.
Yep.
And now they beat Huddersfield in an FA Cup game, which they should. And now they beat Leicester, who's been,
what the hell?
Outside of Liverpool, they've been basically the best team in the Prem all year. And they on the road as well at the King Power. So they're not afraid to go on the road. They're
Absolutely
not afraid
bizarre.
to Yeah, it's awesome.
I mean, it is. I mean, I really thought this was the year Southampton's time was going to run out, but Danny Ings just said, hold the fucking phone.
Yeah, and it looked that way early. Like, you called it even preseason. You said, I think this is probably it for them this year. And they just weren't going to have enough. And then, for week after week, and they were just dropping and getting worse and worse and worse. And now you look at the table, and they are sitting 12th, tied in points with Arsenal, Everton. Like, really? It's crazy.
I don't even know.
Yeah. It's amazing what a stretch of a couple wins can do in this league, especially with all the parity right now.
It is amazing, though, to see that just one guy that's been able to –
he's carrying them.
Really just put this team on the back.
And unfortunately for him, I don't think he'll ever score enough in one game for this Golden Boot, but he's going to be in the top 5, which is great. A great year for him. So might get him a paycheck.
I think he wins Comeback Player of the Year.
Comeback, yeah. He'd definitely be up for my Comeback Player of the Year.
He's on pace to get 20 goals.
He's absolutely.
Who'd have thunk that? They're like, let's bring Danny Ings in and see what he can do for us. And it's like, 20 goals?
Somebody going to come calling for him?
Nah. Again, like I said, Southampton would be stupid to sell him right now because they lose him, they lose scoring.
They don't care. If they look at the table and think they
up.
have just enough now, they don't care. Dude,
that'd be a balls move.
Yeah. But they sold Shaqiri like when they really needed him, and they sold Van Dijk when they really needed him. And
yeah, but that's different.
Yeah.
They were both younger. Yeah. Danny Ings is
well, that's what I'm saying. Now you got to
like 30.
Yeah, well, you got to cash in.
He's at his highest value right now for sure. But
Danny Ings has never been higher in value.
I said that was the dilemma. You either sell him for some good money, or you get probably possible relegation.
Yeah,
because you're losing your top scorer.
Yeah,
and your only scorer.
Your only scorer right now.
So it's
pretty
like,
much.
What do you value?
Yeah,
and I value Ralph's job.
Oh yeah, they're not going anywhere.
But yeah, it's been a. And as far as the Foxes go in Leicester, it's kind of they've hit a little bit of a tough stretch.
They hit a wall
patch.
They've hit a wall a little bit.
I mean, I know they played Liverpool City back to back, which is it's going to happen. You're probably going to get beat, but then to lose to Southampton at home, it's just it's out of character for them.
They're very out of character. They've been the most consistent team all year. So
and they get their only goal from Dennis Pratt.
Yeah.
The young Belgian.
Yeah. It's been
Which, congrats. I think that was his first one.
That was his first Prem goal?
To him.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, Leicester's going to –
They'll be all right.
The top four has such a big lead over everybody else. The difference is crazy.
Yeah,
so they're going to be fine.
Their gap is fine. But you'd like to see a little bit more out of them.
Yeah, I just don't know if the knock that Jamie Vardy picked up, I don't know, maybe he's struggling on one wheel.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, you just don't want to see him taper off. You want to see him stay competitive all year.
Yeah,
but no one's catching Liverpool.
No. Let's see. Well, Man United, they do this once in a while.
Yeah, they go back on one of those games.
4.
My phone kept going off. I was like, oh, again?
Yep.
I guess it's because we pissed our young fan off so much talking poorly on his team that they stepped up for him.
Just karma.
Yeah, absolute karma. Rashford gets his name still back in the mix as a little competition to Vardy for the Golden Boot. Like we said, he could be one of the guys.
Yeah, we kind of called him out a little bit on the show last time, saying, he was slow starting in the season, then he really got hot, and then the past few weeks he's kind of tapered off. But hey,
he's back.
He's back.
2 more, converts a penalty.
Yes,
big time for him anytime he can convert a penalty.
Anybody on United can convert. It's always a good day.
And Martial gets in the mix, and our boy Greenwood gets in the mix. So our young fan was right when he was calling Greenwood to the table, saying he could definitely help out.
He really has this year.
Yeah, it's been a big time.
Academy kid. And they've had a few academy kids, but, this Brandon Williams kid playing pretty well.
It's crazy how, if you look, the teams that are, forced or have been playing some of their academy kids in Chelsea and United have been playing pretty well. They're sitting in 4th and 5th place. They're
says something.
Yeah, definitely says something.
Maybe the league's changing.
And some of these bought teams aren't doing so well.
Mm-hmm. Imagine that. But, yeah, Norwich is, sitting in the bottom. There's no end in sight there.
Unfortunately, I think they're toast. I was hopeful that they were going to stay up this year. I was kind of advocating for them to stay up this year, but it's just not looking so well.
If I'm them, I'm just going to sell off Hot Toddy in January and just concede and be like, we're not doing anything. And
maybe even Pookie if somebody's willing to take a shot on a little bit older they just need another striker.
That would definitely be like, we're done. That'd be giving up.
Southampton moves Ings and then buys Pookie.
Jesus.
And Pookie becomes legend of Southampton.
Oh, my God. Those two up top?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting, but I don't
never know. You could just – we'll see.
That'd be a weird combo.
Yeah.
The Pookie and Danny Ings.
Well, no, you'd have to move Ings.
I thought you meant they were 2 up top.
No, you take whatever the highest bidder is for Ings right now to a team that desperately needs some striker help that's competitive.
Oh no.
Just move him, just a nice little shift.
I feel like Pookie's gonna just retire a Canary.
He's only 28. He's not that old. He just looks old. He looks like he's 40.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Timo, we love you.
For the most part.
We'll see you in the Euros. He got Finland in the Euros, bro.
Yeah, by himself.
First time ever Finland's been in the Euros. That's got to say something for the guy.
Yeah, he's a nice player.
I love him.
He's a nice player.
Timo, that's my guy.
What was the other one? Of course, the Draw Kings are back. Wolves
finally
won. Newcastle.
I was nervous because that was the score at the half, and I'm talking to my boy, I'm like, could that score really hold the entire game? And it did.
Yeah.
I was pumped.
And it's very fitting for, I think, both teams to get 1-1 draw.
Almiron, though.
He seems to find
another
his
goal.
Scoring touch.
All of a sudden, we talked about it. Once you get one, it's a lot easier to keep getting them.
I think maybe he just needs to see that goal go in the back of the net because now he scored, I think, in the last 3 games. 2 in the league, and then he scored obviously 1 in that FA Cup.
I was actually talking to Marissa about him in the press room while we were eating before the game.
Yeah,
because I guess she likes Newcastle as well.
Interesting.
So, yes. So she was talking, and she was
and her MLS ties. I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's how I'm sure. one of the big reasons why she was discussing Almiron.
Yeah, I mean, that was it was a big move for Atlanta, and it was, I guess, a move for Newcastle too to bring him in.
Yeah, you don't hear often players being
that
plucked
way. Yeah,
that way. So that was a very big deal in the sport,
yeah.
and it was kind of like hurting us to see him struggle because it was like almost putting a black eye on the league a little bit for a while because they're like, man, we finally take a chance on one of these kids, and look what's happened. But
right,
all of a sudden he's found his way, and it's an awesome thing.
Yeah, it just took a year or so to get him going.
Yeah. But you say guys get homesick, and I think he's Peruvian, so
yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. So like that's a big change for him.
Oh sure,
being in Atlanta and there, and then going
playing
to
inside
cold, dingy old Newcastle out to
It's true.
Yeah, so
it's like Atlanta, Newcastle.
Big ups for him for just sticking with it and
Sure.
pushing through, and he's back. He's back.
No, yeah, I wouldn't want to see ill will on him. I mean,
I still don't like his position. I don't like that right wing spot for him. I think he's better suited in the middle.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for him, but I'm glad. Yeah, again, I think it's a confidence thing for him, just to get adapted to. One, you went in last year and you had Rafa Benitez, and you played in his system, and then now all of a sudden you have to adapt to Steve Bruce's system. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Why he struggled.
Yeah. But he's found his way. Bruce he kept running him out there. He never benched him. He kept giving him the opportunities. Sometimes that's all it takes for a player, too, to see that trust from a coach.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of him.
It's a recipe for, I guess, success
and I'm
going
happy.
forward.
That was my other 4-pointer, so that was fantastic.
You're just winning all over the place.
I'm just a winner, baby.
Speaking
of winners.
So, yeah,
we could touch on it again real quick. I know we talked about it early in the show, but
Liverpool, getting a 1-0 win. It got a little dicey. Lo Celso should have probably equalized late. A beautiful ball from Aurier, and I don't know how he missed, to be honest.
He's been a super disappointment for that team.
Who, Lo Celso?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been disappointing since he went to PSG.
Yeah.
From Real Betis.
That was the only thing they really did in the offseason was add him, and it has not worked out one bit.
No, he's the only reason he's getting his chance now because they have so many injuries.
Yeah.
With Kane and then somebody else. Obviously Sissoko's hurt.
Yeah.
And there's somebody else that got hurt too. So
yeah, they're a little knocked up right now.
And they even have to play Eriksen when he's like, I don't even want to.
He's
play.
1 foot out the door. Yeah, so
that's been the big thing that
he's playing safe, trying to stay healthy so he can actually move. You don't want to get a knock and then no one wants to take it. Although most of the time, guys will still take it and just
I saw Inter is possibly the destination for him.
Why? That would be a good fit for him right now.
Yeah, because Inter's good though. Actually,
yeah. Put him and Lukaku together. Lukaku's definitely done wonders at Inter.
Oh my God, yeah.
He's been playing really good there. That whole team's been playing well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Alexis Sanchez is on that team.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't play.
Is he buried on the depth chart?
Nah, he gets a little bit of time. He gets a little
bit burn. Oh
yeah,
man,
yeah.
How the mighty have fallen there.
Right. Good old Alexis.
Rough. But yeah, I mean, Liverpool broke a record. 61 points through 21 games. That is the new record now. They beat Man City's old record from 2 years ago with 59.
They're just a
juggernaut.
Juggernaut. Thank you.
And no team in the top 4 leagues of Europe ever has done that.
Yeah.
61 through
to be
21.
doing that and come off a Champions League win, to win the Club World Cup. What else? I mean,
they basically gave away
the Carabao Cup's the only one that they
didn't
gave
want to
away.
be in that competition anymore.
They're still in the FA Cup, going strong, and they're again back in the Sweet 16 of Champions League with a pretty decent draw. So, yeah, it's just phenomenal what they're doing.
I was going to say,
it's unreal.
It's, like we touched on last week, it's like whoever they plug in to any position, they're getting the job done.
Yeah, I feel like you almost have to for Premier League Coach of the Year, you're going to have to give it to like a Wilder type coach, because I think Klopp just gets like Coach of the Year for the sport.
Yeah, which is crazy because how could you not give it to Klopp with the season they've had? But
Because,
it's one of those years
it's almost
where
like you're so good, you're going to get it for the entire game itself. Like,
he'll be UEFA for sure.
yeah, like by far. So it's like you almost reserve it for that and give one of these guys for the job they did the Coach of the Year, hopefully, is how it goes.
It'd be so hard not to give it. If Sheffield continue.
Yeah, if they get a top 6, he's 100% Coach of the Year.
You have to.
Yeah.
Like, I know we talked about it last week with, Brendan Rodgers, Klopp.
Rodgers has done a great
Wilder.
job, too, but they keep winning, man. They keep winning.
Yeah, I think at this point it's probably the 2-horse race.
Yeah.
If we're going to keep, as the season progresses, it's going to be Wilder, Klopp. I guess it depends on how the voters would feel. Like, what's the better story?
Yeah.
A nice, heartfelt story of this team that literally came up from the championship, didn't even win the league, finished second, to finishing 6th in the Premier League in the first season up. Like,
yeah, it's pretty impressive.
That'd be almost like
That's
Leicester winning the title.
That's movie making material right there.
With a guy, if you look
That's
at
documentary material right there.
if you look at Sheffield's roster, everybody out there, go on and look. Obviously, after the show, go on and look what guy you actually recognize.
Yeah.
The name.
Yeah.
And you tell me, you write it down and say how many. I guarantee you can find one guy.
No, especially if you go back to preseason. Maybe now, just if you've been an avid watcher.
Yeah, avid watcher, yes.
You absolutely have recognized a few of them, but no, like there's not a household name in the bunch, without a doubt.
No.
Not one in the bunch.
Just sidebar on Sheffield. Did you see McBurney? He was in the stands for the Swansea-Cardiff match. In the away section.
No, really?
Cheering for Swansea.
That's great.
The next day.
That's so awesome.
They're like, oh, there's Ali McBurney. And he's like,
yeah, just
for another team.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Different league.
I was like, I don't know if that's awesome or that's weird.
Yeah. I guess if that's like your legit
like that was his
hometown club.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, that's like his club.
Yeah.
It's just funny. I'm like,
there's so many teams. Like, I guess when over there, like your hometown club is like
right.
That's big.
It's a big deal.
That never goes away.
Because you basically
no matter
grow
where
up
you go,
walking to the stadiums and.
Yeah, I'm sure you've played in their academies and stuff like that usually.
So what's McBurney? He's Scottish, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was the big Welsh derby, Cardiff and Swansea.
It's awesome.
But I was like, I just thought that was. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like Ollie.
Well, what do we got? Oh, that Watford-Bournemouth
game. Decore continues to score.
Yeah, I mean he's a good player.
Yeah, he's getting a lot more in the offensive role. He's pretty much a
getting
defensive.
a little forward more than maybe previous years, I guess. Because he's been on Watford, I feel like, forever.
Yeah, he was always more in that like defensive midfielder role, but he's definitely getting forward more now. And we talked about Deeney.
Troy Deeney apparently has found
doing his thing.
The fountain of youth or something. Because
my man.
The guy can't stop scoring now under Nigel Pearson, who
again, if it was a little sooner, he might be in the Coach of the Year running.
If it was a little sooner, they might be in the top half of the league.
Yeah, it's not too late.
It really isn't.
It's not too the way this league is. It's not too
really
late.
Not.
Just keep going. This is unreal. Like they were dead to rights, 3 coaches deep, and now number 4 has found the way.
Hayden Mullins.
He's
still on the still on the bench.
He is.
It's
all Hayden Mullins. It's not
him.
Nigel Pearson. It's all Hayden Mullins.
I was going to text you. I'm like, oh, Hayden Mullins. I saw him talking to Nigel, giving him the formation and all the substitutions. It's the guy. It's the backroom guy. But, it's just Bournemouth is just not there.
No.
Scoring. They got nothing going. I think their best player right now is Harry Wilson, and he's not even a Bournemouth player.
Yeah, he could go back to Liverpool.
He's a Liverpool lad.
Yeah, he's on loan from Liverpool, so. Yeah, I don't know. Like everywhere I'm reading too is saying the same thing that we're saying. His house, under pressure right now, big time.
I mean, that seat is.
If he survives this week to even get to the Norwich game, they can't do anything but win. Even a draw, I feel like he might be out of a job.
I mean, are they home against Norwich?
It doesn't matter. You have to win regardless. No, they're at Norwich, but still.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You got to win. It's the worst team in the league, and you're 6 points better than them. So
they might be the worst team in the league.
If they lose to Norwich, they are the worst team in the league. Not still by points. They would be 3 points still clear of them, but they would definitely at this point be the worst team in the league.
I think they're going to lose.
You think they're going to lose to Norwich?
I really think so. I think Toddy might get on the board.
Ake's back.
I saw.
That was big, but
they might as well ship him out to Chelsea because I would take that in a heartbeat.
He's going somewhere, I think. I think he's definitely going to go somewhere.
Give me that center back, please.
Arsenal.
No, he wouldn't go there. No
red,
ties.
Red to red.
He's got ties to Chelsea.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, it's yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're going to get John Stones. They're getting John Stones.
I'd rather have Nate.
Yeah, so would I. Chelsea's going to get Nate, and Arsenal's going to get John Stones.
John.
And he's going to get hurt.
Exactly. That's what he does.
Yeah, and then they're going to have to put Luis back in. Or
he's bubble boy.
Yeah. Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Right,
last one.
More.
I mean, Man City.
Yeah.
Absolute shellacking.
Drubbing.
A
drubbing.
Villa 6-1. Sergio Aguero. Hat trick, has broken the record.
Number 14.
14th hat trick. He has beaten the previous record of Alan Shearer's.
Yeah. So damn impressive, man. We say
he just scores. I put that up on Instagram. Follow us, Kickin _ at Stateside. But yeah, I mean, player of the week. Whether you like him or not, some people don't.
We have to be biased when it comes to stuff like that, and he's no doubt the player of the week.
I mean, 177 goals now. He surpassed Thierry Henry.
Yeah, another
in the league.
Yeah.
So it's like
I hated to see that, but that's impressive. When you see names like that getting surpassed and records being broken in this league, like that's a really impressive thing.
He just
and the guy that's all
scores,
he does.
Man.
He just scores. He just scores.
It's like he's in, him and Pep have like this weird relationship where he won't play for, a few games and then all of a sudden you'll see him and he'll bury 2. And again, like recently he hasn't been really playing much. And then all of a sudden he comes out and scores a hat trick.
Yeah. And then they'll bark at each other a little bit.
Yeah.
That's always there.
It's a very weird relationship.
It is. But it seems to work.
Like he even was like in the press in the post game he was like, Messi is still better than Aguero.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, at least back your player up a little bit. And,
Pep just rides Messi. Like.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I understand. I mean, you're at Barcelona, too.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's just – and you see, Mahrez get 2, Gabby 1.
Yeah.
And then El Ghazi with a late one.
Rui Mahrez having another good season.
Yeah. When he gets the opportunity, he does well.
Yeah.
He just sometimes especially last year when he got brought in, you still had Sané.
Yeah.
And
yeah, time was definitely limited. You're not getting much time over Sterling either.
Yeah, with Raheem,
yeah.
He's another guy that can turn it up whenever he wants. And
yeah, that team's still dangerous. I don't think they're going to catch the pool, but they're definitely still dangerous.
I mean, they're still Man City. I'm sure they'll still be competitive in Champions League and
and there's a
FA
good
Cup.
There's a good chance
Carabao
they're going
Cup they'll probably win.
Yeah,
most likely.
They're second, and they'll get second or third here.
I mean, you would think it's like a down year, like City's like a terrible team, but it's just the way that
Liverpool's
that good, and they're just sometimes they've had a couple slip-ups this year.
Well, that was like City of last year, and Liverpool was setting records, and they were getting beat by City as soon as they would set them. City.
Right.
So
yeah, it's one of those where you see Kevin De Bruyne, he
14 assists now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just
Alexander-Arnold's still at 8 in second, so that hasn't he's just going to keep
just disgusting passes. Like, I forget who it was. I think Lukaku on the Twitter was like, "Ew, Kev, stop." That pass, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's
well, he'll be receiving them in the Euros for Belgium. That team's going to be dangerous if they're all healthy.
Probably the favorites.
Yeah.
Sidebar for sure.
Yeah, my man Thielman's locking up a spot probably.
Oh, for sure.
Without a doubt.
But, yeah. So that was kind of our Week 22 recap here.
It was quite the week, as this season has just
I was
been
going to say, I almost tweeted out this league.
Yeah.
Just everything and anything could happen.
Anytime.
We're not sure. And there's still so much time left that something else crazy will happen.
Yeah. I don't know. We're pretty sure. I think we're pretty good at. We're right back on point this week.
Yeah, the picks were pretty solid, I thought.
Yeah, if you followed, our picks between us, we nailed 3 games perfectly.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. I just didn't listen to myself on my bets, and I sucked.
Yeah. And I gave Arsenal way too much credit.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, way too much credit.
After that first game, you're like, yep, this is it.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize we had
some action today.
Yeah, the FA Cups, the replays.
Ooh.
Spurs beat Middlesbrough 2-1 to move on.
Good for them. Ooh, Newcastle with a nice 4-1 win over Rochdale.
Nice, Rochdale. Respect.
Nice.
To League One.
Almiron scored again.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, Joe Linton got one in the 82nd minute. He got the 4th. He finally.
Wow, he's scoring against League One teams?
Matthew Longstaff.
He's another young cat on the block.
Yeah, and then the first goal was an own goal. So Almiron, man, he just keeps
Look at him, 4-4.
Keeps on scoring.
Good.
Yeah,
that's
man.
what we want.
Speaking of Milan, they won in Coppa Italia, round of 16, 4-1.
Against Carigiri.
Lukaku, 2 goals. 1 a minute in and gets the brace 49 minutes in. Borja Valero with a goal.
Nice.
He's another one he's been playing well for Inter.
Yeah.
I like him. He's a solid player.
They have a pretty good squad with that striker, Lautaro Martinez.
Yes.
He's like the big hot name out there. But yeah, just any hot topics around the
I was reading that little article there earlier today
Leipzig's the most
about
hated team.
Leipzig being hated, and they're kind of, I guess, the city of the Bundesliga. Just got a whole bunch of money, and
they're always going to have the Red Bull money
Yeah.
to fall back on, and you can buy. They bought Timo Werner.
Yeah.
Yusuf Poulsen, a couple other these guys.
Yeah, Bayern's been doing it for a long time, though.
I mean, yeah, I think for some reason, I remember past couple of years, whenever they got promoted, just there'd be like signs, like the away section would hold up a sign that just like talk shit about.
Yeah.
We've been a team since like 1909, like our history, and you just recently have like all this Red Bull money, and
Yeah.
you're buying players instead of them maybe just like wanting to come. Like,
There's got to there's a balance of both, though.
yeah,
There's got to be some want to play somewhere because the money's going to come, especially in this sport. There's going to be options to play in multiple countries
yeah.
for multiple large amounts of money. So there's still got to be some allure to bring
Honestly,
these
I
players
wouldn't
in.
even care. Like, as a Dortmund fan, as long as Bayern doesn't win the league this year, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm sure as a Dortmund fan, that's kind of the.
I'm like, if Leipzig somehow wins, then so be it.
It's looking good right now.
Yeah, right now we're only halfway through.
Exactly. There's still some. They still got a lot of
It
work
was
to
the same
do.
way last year too. I thought Dortmund was this. I was like, this is the year we're gonna lock it up, and of course they
Bayern
won.
can get hot. Dortmund can get hot with your new signing once he gets.
Yeah, we'll see if
once he gets rolling out for you.
Holland.
When does that actually take place? Like, when is he in uniform, ready to play?
Since the Bundesliga has their month break, they've been in Spain the past week training, and they've had a match against Feyenoord, and who they play that first game? I forget. But yeah, they've had a couple friendlies, and he's there. He didn't play in any of them.
But he
was still nursing. I think he had a little bit of a knock from the Salzburg. The last game he played for, so
But he'll be good once they're rolling again, pretty much.
The first game, it starts back up on Saturday, so we'll see.
Maybe not by then, but within the next.
I think no, I don't even know. He might be on the bench, but I
But
doubt
he'll be
he will
allowed to play.
Right. He'll be allowed to play. He's good to go. It's
Nice.
just I think they want to make sure he's like 100% healthy.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Apparently Chicharito to LA Galaxy
Is that definitely going to happen?
is like
It just keeps talking.
it seems like that might be the big move here. Next big move for MLS, I suppose.
Fella's saying it's a great signing for everyone. Little competition now in LA between the two.
Oh, sure. I mean, it's like, who do you root for? It's like Vela
yeah.
or a Mexican like
Legend.
legend hero in Chicharito.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
Definitely.
I saw Arsenal. Some Africa's richest man wants to buy Arsenal.
I would be thrilled with that.
Anybody.
But like Africans love their football, man, and a lot of the guys that I meet like Arsenal. They've been, big Arsenal fans, and that would be so amazing for that team. So amazing with guys like Pepe.
Yep.
And I don't know if Aubameyang would even be there by then, by 2021.
I
I would hope so, but who knows the way things are going. But to get the Crunkies out of there, it would just be
probably they would be celebrating that in the streets of North London.
Yeah, I would be so thrilled.
Yes, we don't shoot for mediocrity anymore.
Get a Nigerian billionaire.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, it'd be great. You'd
You
be
get
attracting all the young Nigerian players too, all the Golden Eagles coming in. Maybe get a Wobie back.
Nah,
I
think that ship sailed. It's better off that way.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. They got to do something.
Actually, it's kind of off topic and doesn't really, but it kind of ties into what we were thinking about the whole racism thing, about what they should do with this whole Houston Astros thing, with them coming down and basically suspending the guys for
Dropping the hammer.
a year,
That's what they
losing first and second round picks 2 years in a row and $5 million.
Yeah.
They need to do that, drop the hammer like that in soccer with this racism thing. Think of a way to, like we've been saying, hurt you in the pockets.
Yeah. And I know it's harder because you're relying. It's on the supporters. It's like on the
Right.
fans, not so much the team. But then that's up to the team to handle that and do something in regards to filtering out their fans better.
Yeah, the only thing I've seen is like the supporter that's done it gets 5-year ban from
Right.
the stadium, or from I think all stadiums.
Yeah.
But
They'll find a way.
I'm just like,
If they
with
really-
that, whole thing going on with the Astros, I'm like, they need to do that for this racism. Think of a way to really come down on them.
Yeah, they do. I don't know what the answer is going to be. We've hoped and talked about it. I don't know if they're actually going to be able to come up with the right way to do it. But they got
Or FIFA's just corrupt. I mean, we've seen that
Well,
too.
we know that. Yeah. It's supposed to have been getting better. They've made, a few guys got ousted.
Giovanni Infantino.
Yeah, it's supposed to be on the up and up now. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But they literally got to figure something out because every week we just keep hearing it.
Oh, all the time. It's like you don't want to beat a dead horse, but it's like, damn, it just keeps appearing.
And I guess just seeing this here, just says Mexico's going to face Czech Republic and Greece coming up in March. And just how, that's why they're just that step above the U.S., I feel, because these are the games they schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And we're scheduling, Trinidad. If you're going to play friendlies, play, games like that. Find some healthier, tougher competition to kind of.
Yeah, I saw we got a tough road to the Olympics.
Yeah.
It's like Mexico's in our group and Costa Rica, I want to say. Maybe the top 2 teams and us. So.
Yeah.
Could be no Olympics for the U.S. again.
That would be
soccer.
So disappointing. Not that the Olympics is the be all end
But
all.
did you see Brian McBride got hired as I forget the ambassador, I think, to U.S. Soccer or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of like maybe a right-hand man to my boy Ernie Stewart up there.
They got to do something. They
Yeah,
really
I don't know.
do.
We've talked about that, and we've yelled, we've screamed, we've cried on the show about the U.S. men's national team, and
yeah, and haven't gotten much to be so.
there isn't
thrilled
really
about.
much to talk about with that.
No, not right now.
It's kind of a slow.
They're kind of in a lull.
Obviously, they're supposed to have January camp in Qatar, but this whole thing with the Middle East has
Dest came so
um
being at Ajax for so long.
yeah, absolutely. I guess the only other thing was Barcelona has a new coach.
Yeah, saw that too.
Valverde got fired, and this Kickin.
He's just holding a spot till Pep.
Somebody. I mean, he is pretty much the bridge gap, I suppose.
Yeah. I think Pep's out after this year.
He's going to go back.
I think he's going back.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see him kind of getting a little bored at City.
It just seems that way. Like it really does. Like he's fiery. Don't get me wrong. He gets pumped up still.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But like in game, but I don't know. It just seems as a whole like, damn, I've accomplished pretty much everything.
Yeah,
Especially if
like,
they
where do
can
you
go on to do something with Champions League. If they win Champions League, I think it's definitely time.
Right.
But we'll see.
Yeah, hey. But yeah, I think that's anything else crazy?
No, nothing too crazy.
Hot topics?
No, we're kind of in that lull. We just got games coming up and nothing too wild happened. So,
Right on.
yeah, just waiting to hear what's going to happen with these moves. I feel like within the next 2 weeks we'll start having a lot more to talk about as far as moves and stuff go.
Or the Union, we got our boy back. Montero's back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
We were able to sign him.
Nice. That's big for you.
We locked down that midfield role with Medunian gone. And we got 2 guys to fill in. I'm pumped.
I guess Red Bull's going to just rely on academy and
Draft
picks. Yeah, I mean, I just see guys getting signed every day. I come on here, another guy's getting signed, another guy's getting signed.
We got that Slovakian center
Bradley
back
Wright
ready.
Phillips to train with LAFC. Really? It's like a kick in the you-know-what.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I would just want him to leave, but he's not. I feel like he's going to stay in MLS just to show he's got something to prove still. But
He could be a nice late substitute there.
oh, yeah.
I mean, they already have a million strikers.
Yeah, I'd take him as a late goal scorer off the bench. Anywhere.
Sure, why not?
So I guess we'll go to our questions and then we'll run down
Yeah.
this coming week.
Did Eric have any good ones? He seems to be the only one that actually has questions.
No,
for
I was
us.
going to just go with the poll questions. I didn't know if you had anything else on there, but
All right, so the poll questions on Facebook, VAR will become better over time. 60% say disagree, 40% say agree.
okay.
And then the poll question, Eddie Howe will get fired from Bournemouth before season's ends. 80% say disagree, 20% say agree.
Really?
And that's for the YouTube poll.
Yeah, I think he's gone. I hate to say it.
So I think YouTube thinks that he's going to be sticking around.
If anybody was to
I
be
think
able to
he-
survive it, it would be him just because of what we said, his legacy
Yeah,
there.
what he's done for the club, it's
And-
almost like
and who you're going to replace him with.
the leash is so
But
long.
enough is enough.
I think this weekend is a big
Yeah,
telling
if you
sign.
can't beat Norwich or if you can't even draw a Norwich team and get a point out of this, but you need more than that. You need a win because a win could get you right back out of that
I don't even
bottom
know what
three.
he could say anymore. I feel like it's on the players. That's why they're not
Yeah,
really like quick to pull the trigger on him.
I guess I don't know. I
Because
mean,
all these guys are doing nothing.
there's not a lot of talent there. I can tell you that.
Frazier
right now.
sucked.
Yeah,
Callum Wilson sucked.
yeah.
Josh King sucks.
But who picks the players? Does he have? Is he? I mean, he's been there so long. You got to think he's pretty much in charge of.
But who they don't have
Personnel,
anybody else. That's their
too.
best 11 out there.
I guess I don't know, but that's his personnel. If you've been there that many years, you're responsible for first, second, and third team.
And-
Like you're the one who's going out there and trying to build this up.
And it doesn't help that David Brooks has either been hurt or I don't even know.
Yeah, he's been useless.
I don't even know if he's played at all this year. I
Callum
haven't seen
Wilson
him.
went into a major funk.
Harry Wilson's their best player.
Yeah, Josh King's like, He gets a special card in FIFA and then forgets how to play. I don't know.
I don't really know. It's not good for the Cherries. And again, I would agree. I just think that they're not gonna pull the trigger. I think he'll be on until the end, unless they lose. Like literally, they just keep losing up until maybe like March.
Yeah.
If they haven't won. If they go on like another like 6-game losing streak, then I think maybe you just.
If they don't beat Norwich, he can't survive the weekend.
But everything I've heard from like the guys on TV have said that they aren't even thinking about like firing him at this point.
But they said that about. They said that about They said that about a few coaches this year. To be honest with you, I mean, I was gonna go, but like, they really did. They said that. About
probably all the coaches that have been on the hot seat.
Yeah.
For
the most part, they were like, oh, yeah, they definitely said that about Silva.
For sure.
They definitely said that about I can't think of his name because I've done so well to block him out of the history of Arsenal.
Who, Unai?
Yeah, like it's just like they said that 5 times. Oh, he's not going anywhere. They need time. They need time. And
I think the only difference is the only thing that's keeping Eddie Howe there is the history and what he's done for the club.
Well, maybe
that's the only reason.
Try and keep him on, but not as a coach.
It's just the players that he relied on last year for them doing, mid-table. None of them are doing well.
They're not.
Last year, Callum Wilson and Frazier were.
I jinxed them.
Great.
I jinxed them.
It was your fandom.
I ruined their entire season.
Your fandom fucked it all up.
It did.
Well, the fans they said, I forget what announcer was calling their game, but he was like, back when they got first promoted, the vitality used to be hopping.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be popping off. They were excited to be up, and now it's like they don't even draw well. They're just lackluster.
Well, occasionally you got to go out and get somebody, even if it's a name that's a little bit past their prime, just to get the fans pumped up. They haven't done that.
It's real stale.
It's very stale. They haven't added anybody. It's a boring team. They
I'm
don't
even
score
bored
goals. Yeah, they're a very disappointing, underperforming team right now.
And it's on the players.
And it's absolutely on the players. But sometimes even
you could yell at him until he gets blue in the face.
Yeah, but sometimes that still ends up being the coach's destiny, unfortunately, whether it's the players or not.
It will unfold how it unfolds.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's kind of like the local basketball team.
This is not the show for that.
I didn't say anything.
Let's run down these games before I get upset about other things. So we got Saturday, Sunday. We got no Friday or Monday games, obviously, because there's midweek games next week.
Yes, including some games on my birthday.
That's pretty sweet.
It's pretty awesome.
So Saturday we got the breakfast game. We got our Watford against Spurs.
Could this be? Could they just keep rolling?
I'd be very impressed if they beat Spurs.
Dude, that would be so dope.
I'd be very impressed.
From one of the worst teams I've ever seen in the beginning of the year to beating a Spurs team that's now coached by Mourinho. Like that would just make everything better.
Dude, Jose would be so heated if he lost to Watford.
Man, good old Nigel. It'd be like Nigel was the better hire out of the two. It's great.
Well, last week
Nigel has been the better hire.
Last week they dropped Mourinho to his knees after Lo Celso missed that pretty much wide open net.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me."
He's gonna regret taking this job. This isn't gonna last long.
It's a typical Mourinho thing.
This is not going to last long.
It's a beautiful marriage in the beginning, and then guess what?
It hasn't. Yeah, it's already getting a little stale.
Well, when you lose HK, it's gonna be that's big. That's almost unfair.
Dude, I hope that's going to be a good start to my Saturday if they beat.
Oh, a nice Bournemouth win.
Watford.
Sorry. I'm thinking about Bournemouth.
Bournemouth's not beating anybody. Bournemouth's gonna lose this week.
I keep thinking about Bournemouth because it's just pissing me off.
Yeah,
They are so bad.
they're bad.
All right, we got our 10 o'clockers. We got Arsenal hosting Sheffield. A little revenge game maybe for the Gunners.
Arsenal laid an egg against it and on the road this year, so they need to do something at home.
Sheffield has been awesome on the road.
Sheffield has been lights out on the road.
So I didn't even know what we were picking. I'm sorry. I didn't even.
We didn't organize any picks this week. I feel like that's a game that
we just started running down the games.
That's a game that should be picked, without a doubt.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, I don't want to, but I guess we have to.
I'm okay with it.
So let's pick it.
Fine. Should I go first?
I'm gonna make you go first on this one. Absolutely. I'm back in single digits, so.
Oh, now you're going to go smart, right?
Oh, I'm going to get real smart the rest of this year.
Ooh.
That's because I've been getting a lot of heat because of my trolling that they think I'm not smart, and then I just drop. I like how, I drop.
Oh, you're not doing as.
If I'm not trolling and I drop something of substance, it gets no love. It gets like 3 comments, and then I drop something of trolling and it gets 50 comments, and then they wonder why I troll them.
All right. I'm going to say 1-1.
We're just knocking picks out of the park. So
I'm going to say 1-1.
1-1. Oh, you're pulling that draw card early, huh? That's such a safe call for this game, too.
Neither team scores.
I know.
More than one.
I know. I want to pick Arsenal so bad.
And Sheffield doesn't concede too much.
I want to pick Arsenal so bad. I don't know how I could. It's like nutty.
You could go 2-1 Arsenal. That's not a bad bet.
I know what I could do.
I won't tell you what to do.
But I honestly, I don't.
It's your team.
I don't see it. I'm gonna go 1-0 Sheffield
Because
that's how they beat everybody 1-0, and I need more points. I'm gonna play it safe. Fuck Arsenal right now. They're not doing anything for me.
It's your team.
Yeah, they're not getting anywhere. They're gonna be lucky to just stay top 10. Arteta's doing a little better job, but yeah, Sheffield goes on the road and gets a goal.
No Aubameyang for 3 games. Ouch.
I don't know. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe they find a better way.
Martinelli,
Lacazette, Pepe.
Nicola looked good.
Oh, fuck. Do I want to?
Picks are in.
It's in. Picks in.
Brighton versus Villa is the next one at 10.
Who cares?
Yeah, this is tough.
That's a Villa again. Villa needs wins, man. They're trying to they're treading water at the bottom of this table here. They are currently underwater, but they still have a chance. West Ham's still playing not so great. Burnley's playing not so great. Brighton's just ahead of them, so this is a chance to get up with Brighton. If
Brighton's
you can beat
been
them.
pretty good though on the road or at home. I'm sorry.
They've been good at home, and they've been able to at least draw or beat the bad teams. The teams.
And Villa's we don't even talk about this. Is Dean Smith on the hot seat?
No.
They're just gonna ride him out.
Yeah, you lost your best scorer when you got promoted.
The second best, but the cog probably.
Yeah. So.
I
think he's safe.
It's a thought nobody really had.
They're going to lose some players. It's going to be one of those teams again. Players are going to get plucked from.
And Wesley's hurt for some time.
Yeah. But
I think Brighton gets by.
We're not going to pick that one, right?
No.
Okay, good.
We got Man City versus Palace. Man City at home. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Man City's. They do this. They smell that blood in the water, and then they come back after 6-1 and maybe put up another 4 spot, maybe another 3.
Yeah, winners of 5 straight. Again, we love you, Crystal Palace.
We love you, of course. We do.
Supporter groups that follow us on Twitter. But this is going to be a tough one. I'd love to see the upset, but
Again, a Palace team that
again, they're underperforming.
One goal game-ish.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting enough done. They're staying in the top 10, but they're not getting a lot of production, not a lot of offense at all.
I know it pains me to say that they might get worked in this game.
Yeah, it's possible. Let's hope we're wrong and they pull the upset.
Yeah, I hope.
Just for our supporter groups.
Yeah, you're right. So I guess Norwich and Bournemouth, the battle of relegation.
Are we gonna? We'll pick that one.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah! You got to pick the relegation battle.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, you start.
Because we're running out of games, and there's only 2 on Sunday. Liverpool United's a definite on Sunday.
For sure, for sure.
So what other game?
I was kind of thinking Southampton Wolves.
Okay. So Southampton Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
We did Arsenal Sheffield,
Uh-huh.
and then we still would need one more.
We can do this one. I don't care.
It's either that or Chelsea Newcastle.
I don't know.
So let's do the relegation.
Fine.
The relegation zone game.
Pick, damn it.
You're first on this one.
No, I picked first last time.
Oh.
You made me pick Arsenal first.
Yeah. You're right. All right. Bournemouth, Norwich. Wow.
Yep, never thought I'd pick this.
2-1 Norwich. 2-1 Canaries.
I think it will be 2-0 Canaries.
Oh, man. And Eddie Howe gets the door.
Yeah. I just have no faith in anyone scoring for Bournemouth.
I know. I don't know where I'm even pulling one from, but I just figured Norwich's D's been so bad that they're going to leak one.
I could see you getting this one, too.
Yeah, I was almost going to go 2-2 draw, but I don't know where 2 goals are going to come from Bournemouth. So, I don't know.
I think I'm putting too much love and, trust into a Norwich team that sucks, too.
Yeah, but Bournemouth's been worse.
I know. It's like
Bournemouth's been worse.
Who's worse? But 2-0.
Of recent play, Bournemouth's been worse.
This is
definitely
pains my heart.
All right. So next pick, Southampton Wolves.
Southampton Wolves, yeah. Definitely go for this
The
one.
Saints marching in.
Yeah.
Hot.
At St. Mary's.
Hot. Winners of 4 out of their last 5, and the other one was a draw in there.
I know. I can't pick a draw,
They haven't lost in a month. They haven't lost in a month.
I can't pick draw.
You can't pick draw. You wasted your.
Fuck. Draw Kings, too.
I'm going to say, yeah. You got to pick first.
Oh, man. Can Southampton really do this thing? That'd be a good win for them.
Yeah.
Man. I know it's going to be a draw, too, but I'm not going to do it. I think Wolves gets it done on the road. 2-1.
I'm going 2-2 draw.
There you go.
I'm pulling my draw card out.
See, that's not bad. But
yeah.
Southampton's got to get a goal from somebody else.
Yeah. They'll find it, and then Ings will get the equalizer late.
He'll definitely score.
Oh, yeah, he's getting one. He's getting one in this game again. He's going 6 in a row, without a doubt.
I don't doubt. I really don't. So you got West Ham versus Everton is the last 10 o'clock game.
Well, that's a shitty game. That won't be on TV.
That will not. I don't even know. I feel like it would be like 1-0 Everton.
Yeah. I mean, Everton should be favored, definitely. In this
West
thing,
Ham, it just, I don't know.
They've just been, yeah, they had 2 before this. They were 1-2 before this last loss, but they're just very inconsistent as well and very lately.
They were doing okay. Like I said, when Yarmolenko was actually scoring, and I mean Haller has been okay recently.
Yeah, but they're on the edge of relegation right now. They're one of the bottom 5, so.
And they have a new manager with David Moyes. Maybe they've been playing sort of better under him.
Sort of better. Sort of, kind of better. Neither of them score, so
no. It's
going to be a low-scoring, probably rather boring affair.
Yeah, this will not be on TV.
Yeah. It's going to be like a 3-2 game now. Watch.
I just don't know where the scoring's going to come from.
I don't see it, yeah.
But, yeah, the 12:30 main game, we got Newcastle hosting Chelsea.
Well, I don't know what to say. Newcastle, if you look at their last 5,
not that bad.
But not that great either.
No.
I mean,
today. It's not like Chelsea's been, playing people out of the park.
Yeah. Almiron's hot.
Yeah.
So that could be
if he scores again, I'd be like, dude,
that'd be
5-5.
That'd be pretty awesome for them. But this is a win Chelsea needs. If you want to be a legit top 4
you got to
team,
go on the road and beat these teams.
Yeah, you got to be able to go there and win this game. So
Yeah, I mean,
Prime
just a
time,
very
too.
young, inconsistent team. I guess you could expect that from Chelsea.
Yeah.
I mean, Tammy's been okay. I mean, I'd like to see more from Mason. A little bit.
You got to get that dub.
Yeah.
Can't lose that one. You can't even draw. You shouldn't draw that one. You need those points.
Yeah, but
The
still, I mean,
The only good thing is Tottenham's been playing like shit again.
Spurs and, I mean,
And
United's okay.
Liverpool's going to have to play United. So
Right.
that gives you. But you got to get points here.
You could really distance yourself with a win.
You should. You should separate yourself, that top 4, over everybody else this week. So we'll see what they do. Every time we say that, they get really poor 1-0 losses to West Ham and Bournemouth. So
I know.
let's not say too much. They have to win.
You come out with
they
Rudy
should
and
win.
Tamori, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Don't be giving me Christensen in this bullshit.
And then Kurt
Zuma.
Zuma.
All right, Sunday at 9 o'clock, we got Burnley hosting Leicester.
Leicester bounces back. Definitely. They have to.
Yeah,
They have to. They've been too good all year.
and Sean Dyche gets the sack.
You think?
No.
So
Not at
Dice
all.
isn't going anywhere.
No, he's another one that's done too much for the club.
Yeah, he's definitely.
How could you fire the Ginger Mourinho?
He's the face of Burnley.
Yeah, it's not the Clarets, it's the Sean Dyches.
Yeah, it's the Dyches. So, but unfortunately, I think they run into an angry Foxes team that lost the game. That
Yeah,
was
Jamie's coming back.
untypical of them this year, and
I think Leicester maybe thought that they could just run out there and play half-assed and maybe get away with a win last week, and
can't do that
they're
against.
like, well, we can't do that against
No.
any team.
Especially Southampton, they'll fight you to the end.
They are pesky, though.
They are.
But yeah, I think that Leicester definitely bounces back here and
Yeah.
grabs a win. Maybe I don't know. I think Burnley gets shut out again.
Yeah, well, there's a good possibility of it. Typical Burnley.
Typical Burnley fashion.
Eh.
But yeah, the main game of the whole weekend, we got Liverpool hosting Man United at 11:30.
Our last pick of the week.
Last pick of the week.
I got to pick this one first.
Yes, sir.
Liverpool has not been just dominating anybody.
No, they've been kind of.
United's on their little like wave, win, loss, draw, loss, win type thing. Liverpool's getting the dub. It's just a matter
just
of
how much.
how.
I kept putting 3 to Liverpool, but they haven't scored 3 in like 3 or 4 games.
I was thinking 3-2, but I'm just going to keep them at a 2-1 victory. I think the United goal is probably a meaningless late goal, possibly. Like 2-1 pool.
2-1 pool.
2-1 pool.
I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool. I think they're riding a shutout streak as well. I think they've shut teams out the past 5 games or so.
Yeah,
so that's another streak they have going.
They've been on fire, man. They're too good.
But yeah, so that should pretty much get down to it with that Liverpool Man United. That should be a good way to end the weekend and roll into.
It would be like 9 in a row if it wasn't for the 1 goal that they gave up to Monterrey in the semifinals of the Club World Cup. Because the last goal before that was the first week of December. They let up 2 to Everton in a 5-2 win. Then 3-0 against Bournemouth, 2-0 against Salzburg, 2-0 against Watford. Oh, sorry, the Villa. I don't even count the Villa game because that was. That was Liverpool's U23s. They beat Flamengo 1-0, Leicester 4-0, Wolves 1-0, then 2-0 Sheffield, 1-0 Everton, 1-0 Tottenham.
Right.
So yeah, they're
not conceding.
Van Dijk, Player of the Year. Van Dijk,
nice
MVP.
It's pretty much written on the trophy already, I would assume.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to.
I know, but yeah, that's
League MVP.
It's kind of the rundown of week 22.
So we're gonna do a Saturday show.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Saturday show this Saturday coming up.
Yes. So Saturday morning again, we will start
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we'll have a result. Maybe Watford has beaten the Spurs when we come
Maybe.
on air. That would be a phenomenal way to come onto the air on a Saturday morning. We got red card, yellow card that we want to do. I got new cards coming.
That's good.
I
You
cracked.
split the one.
I cracked our red card out of just anger. It was like it was
He was
plastic.
talking
and
about
I was
Unai
like,
Emery.
I was talking about Emery, and I was like bending it and folding it, and it cracked in half. So
That's just
it was a microcosm of this entire
that was
season.
such an omen of what the season
Yes.
is.
Oh, we got a new follower on Twitter. Cool.
Fantastic.
Cool,
What's your
cool.
red card, yellow card?
Man, I know my red card. I'm looking. We got a cat that just started following us on Twitter.
I don't know anymore.
His name's Fred. It's a big fluffy cat.
Fred the Cat, shout out. New follower.
Oh man, that's
We appreciate
awesome.
you, bro.
That is awesome.
What team do you follow?
Yeah, right. Who do you follow, Fred?
He's probably a Bournemouth fan. He's pissed that we're talking shit on
He
him.
wrote hello, Brian.
Why is a cat typing?
I
to
don't
us?
know.
What the hell? Never a dull moment, I swear.
I must have commented on a tweet.
About a cat?
I don't know. Either that or I'm getting
I'm putting the cat on a yellow card. I'm putting him on notice.
Yeah, that cat's going on my yellow card. Fred the cat. And I think it's my personal Twitter. I don't think it was our
I don't trust a cat that types.
Yeah.
Some shady shit.
He's probably a Canary fan. Get it?
I get
Is
it.
that bad? So, anyway,
Going
going back.
Cat, get you off.
So the cat got my yellow card. Red card is Bournemouth, man. They're toast. They're in really bad shape. I would hate to see it happen because we've talked about how much we respect Mr. Eddie Howe and the job he's done over the years with this Bournemouth club, from nowhere to being a Premier League team to being at times a competitive Premier League team.
Relevant, yeah.
It's just bad right now. It's
Yeah.
really, really bad, and something needs to happen. These guys need to wake their asses up and play for this man before he loses his job, because that's going to be the next result, whether it's his fault or not, unfortunately.
I said I can just roll into that because that was my yellow card. I'm there, but I'm not giving up on Eddie Howe, I guess. So it's not quite a red. But I agree. I think they need to look themselves in the mirror very deep and be like, if we keep losing and not putting 100%, we're going to lose this guy. And then who the hell knows what coach is going to come in and change the whole thing up. So it's like one of those situations where it's like, you only miss something when it's gone, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I feel about that and yellow card, invisible one. And the red card to VAR. It's just I was never a big fan of it from the start, and after this weekend it just I don't like where it's going. I know it's in its first season and they need to make a shit ton of adjustments, but the fact that the way it's trending right now, it's not looking very good. Like I said, I don't want it to go to where they're literally reviewing every goal.
I know. Unfortunately, it just seems like that's how it's going to go.
Like, pretty soon it's just going to be no refs. It's going to be a robot out there being like offsides.
Yeah.
And everything's just going to be so there's going to be a line.
That sounded like the tennis voice when there's
offsides. It's just going to be like an invisible line going to the furthest defender.
Yeah, you'll have one main ref probably just to control the actual flow
But
of
the
the
line,
game, but your
the
line judges and all that, yeah.
It'll just be a robot going up and down like at the dog track.
Might be more effective.
I don't know.
I don't know. The human error is part of sport, unfortunately, and we're taking it away in every sport.
Oh, everything, I know.
So it's
Taken away in every aspect
we
of
might
life.
as well just become robots because that's we're gonna have a robot strike zone, I'm sure, in baseball within the next couple of years, and they're just gonna slowly keep doing it in lots of other things. Like, you don't even need those judges at the bottom of an NFL goalpost. You could just have a sensor that says extra point, good. They go invisible lines that go straight up. You could just replace those two guys right there.
So we have a robot and we have a cat.
We got robots and cats.
are our yellow cards this week. Not a robot cat, but I think we're good. I think we've talked enough. It was perfect enough to end with that nonsense.
It is.
What is the cat saying? Anything?
Fred's talking to me. I'll talk to Fred later.
Yeah, screw Fred. But all right, guys.
Awesome.
It's been a great show. It's been a lot of good laughs about the cats and robots.
It's been great.
It's been a good Tuesday night. So we're gonna see you guys on Saturday back here.
Yeah, and
special.
Check out our Thursday Twitch show as well, and then we'll be back here on Saturday for
Kicking it _Stateside.
Yes.
Usually like 1:30ish.
And then we're gonna have an awesome Saturday show.
Of course.
Yeah.
And of course, listen and watch all the shows on the A2D platform. And we'll see you guys Saturday. So
later.
Later.